Good evening, viewers. I hope all is well at your end. I'm also fine. Sorry for a little delay. I'm back, I think, after almost a week. But today I'm going to discuss something important, and I'm sure the teachers will be looking forward to it. So, before I embark upon today's journey, let me welcome you once again to Eloquent English Enterprise. And I hope you will like this video. Any comments or any requests for a particular topic, I will request you once again to kindly post it in the comment box. I'll be waiting for your views and suggestions. Thank you in advance. So I'll be sharing my screen, and today's topic is the National Education Policy or the new education policy. Just the salient features, and if you feel that it needs to be discussed in detail, kindly give your suggestions in the comment box, and accordingly I'll make another new video. So let's start off with the sharing of my screen. So here we go. Full screen. And please. The gadgets somehow sometimes refuse to function the way you want it to function. So here goes. Yes. Okay. So here we are. Put myself in a corner. Right. So it's a big welcome to all of you on Eloquent English Enterprise. And let's just start. So the next one is, let's go to the next slide. Yes. The new education policy of India. Now, it's been quite a suspense, things have been out for almost 3 years now. Yet most of us are not aware of what the new education policy brings about with itself. So, in a nutshell, the new education policy of India, or the National Education Policy of India, briefly termed as NEP 2020, it is a revolutionary you can say, step with sweeping changes to the education system. The basic aim for this national policy or the new policy is to provide equitable and inclusive education to all students while promoting creativity, critical thinking, and holistic development of all children. So that is in a nutshell that it is looking for a holistic growth, which was probably not possible with the old pattern of the education policy. So here are the salient features. You can see the old education policy and the new one side by side. The earlier formula was 10 plus 2. Now it is 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4. Earlier, the students could not mix the subjects. I mean, humanities was humanities, science was science, and commerce was commerce, with just English as a common subject. But today, science students are free to choose art subjects and vice versa. If one has economics, he or she can take chemistry and also vocal music with that. So there's no hassle. Then, in the old policy, students could not have taken more than one board exam, but the new education policy gives them an option to take up the board exam again, just in case they want to improve their performance, which is really good. Regional language curriculum was a choice, but now it is like it's mandatory that in the primary stages, learning should be done in regional language only. So that is one big difference. Okay. Now the salient features of the national education policy. This brings about flexibility in curriculum. I mean, I showed you in a nutshell what it was, but now let's discuss each of them in detail. So the new education policy allows flexibility in the choice of subjects and multiple entry and exit points. I'll take up that later. It also gives emphasis on skills or skill development. So it focuses on developing cognitive and life skills along with education. It's not just bookish knowledge, it's not just theoretical. They give emphasis or impetus to life skills also, which are really, really important and mandatory for the students as and when they grow up. So life skills also are being taught in the new education policy. Okay. Now, multilingualism. Sorry, it's a little tongue twister. Multilingualism. The policy, thus, it aims to provide or promote multilingualism and the mother tongue as a medium of instruction, but of course at the junior level, at the primary level. So, if children find it difficult to cope up with, say, English or Hindi, I think, and I'm sure they will feel much better when they are approached or they are taught in their mother tongue. It relates with them on a more emotional basis. The fourth point is teacher training. This new education policy lays stress on training teachers in the latest pedagogy and technology to improve the quality of education. So teachers have to be trained. It cannot be untrained teachers who just come and they deliver the goods and go away. So as per the latest technology, they have to be in tandem with the new technology so that they can promote education or they can give education in the right perspective. Okay. Now, after we decide on to something, it has to be implemented as well. So, how do we intend to implement the National Education Policy or the NEP? First, it is by development of professionalism, that is professional development. The schools and the boards will have to invest in teacher training and support to implement policy changes effectively because if the teachers are not aware, it will not be possible for them to implement the policy in a better manner or in the manner that it is supposed to be. Then the second way to implement is collaborative learning. Collaboration, as the word implies, we have to encourage team and project-based learning so that critical thinking and problem-solving skills can be developed. That is, you give them a project, you give them an assignment, and make groups. So let the children discover the methods of getting to the goal or to achieve what is being asked of them. So collaborative learning will not just make them critically active and it'll not just promote their critical thinking skills but also problem solving skills and also like with these two one comes free and that is sociability. They will learn to become more social, they will learn to collaborate and they will be able to do good teamwork, which is really important. It is solicited basically. The third way to implement is digital technology. So, to leverage technology to improve learning outcomes and provide access to quality education in remote areas, like places where good teachers do not want to go because they think they won't be able to cope up with those kinds of surroundings. So, digital technology will go a long way in the implementation. Teachers can sit back in the comfort of their homes and they can reach out to people or to children in remote areas. So, that would be, or that is, one of the best ways of implementation of the new education policy. Now, whenever we do something, there are bound to be challenges. So, the first challenge in this implementation is funding. Money plays a big role in everything. So, this kind of implementation where a lot of technological tools are required, you need infrastructure of, you need Wi-Fi, you need internet. So, it definitely requires money. So this kind of money would be a little challenging affair in the remote areas. Cities, of course, they have all the money, but to take this to remote areas, it's going to be a little full of challenges because of funding. So implementation requires more funding to provide quality education for all. And as I just mentioned, infrastructure is again important because this development of infrastructure to provide equitable education across the country is a significant challenge. We need everything. So when education is based on technology, the technology has to be advanced. We have to have very good internet facilities. We have to have good Wi-Fi. We have to have good gadgets, good laptops, and everyone needs to have them, at least a tablet. So this kind of infrastructure could be a little challenging. Another big challenge is the shortage of teachers. Today, teachers only take up teaching as a profession because they want to earn money, probably, or because they could not find any other profession. So, there is a shortage of good teachers who are motivated towards just teaching. So, we have to ensure that quality teachers are available for the implementation of this new education policy. So, recruitment of good teachers is itself a big challenge. A few recommendations for successful implementation. Firstly, collaboration, as I mentioned, but that was for students. So here collaboration is required amongst the people who will be implementing the policy. So we need good collaboration between the government, private institutions, and civil society organizations who can put in their efforts or their contributions so that this implementation can become successful. Second is community participation. That is, the society as a whole tries to uplift the new methodology which is being implemented. So community participation in education, especially in remote areas, can help bridge infrastructure gaps. If people are there to lend a helping hand, I'm sure that there would be a very successful implementation of the new education policy. Use of technology, I've already mentioned. The use of digital technology can help overcome infrastructural challenges and can improve access to quality education. Training and support, again, whatever were the challenges, now these are the recommendations. Training and support. We need to ensure quality training and support for teachers so that that can overcome teacher shortages and improve learning outcomes. You have to motivate teachers, even if they have taken up this profession out of some compulsion. We need to show them the correct path. We need to motivate them to become efficient and good educators, and actually they are the ones who help in in the learning outcomes. What will happen after the implementation of the new policy? So, first is increased access. The new policy aims to provide equitable access to quality education to all students, regardless of their background or locations. This means inclusivity. All students of a particular age group must get access to education, at least the basic, the primary education. So the new policy aims at that, and this is going to be the impact that everyone, irrespective of their caste, creed, color, their financial status, all children will get access to education. Second impact would be the quality of education would be highly improved, because now students are going to choose subjects as per their choice, as per their requirements. So obviously, when a person gets to do something of his or her choice, like for example, when I was a student, there were clear categories. Even if you take up science, you had to either choose maths or biology. You couldn't have taken engineering and medicine together. So we were forced to choose either of them. So I chose biology, my friend chose mathematics. And so we got into different streams, this, despite being in the same stream. But today, if a student wants to pursue both of them, he or she wants to take up maths and biology together, they can easily go ahead and put up their choice and they will get it. So this way, I think we are going to have better students with a better quality of education, which they are going to imbibe. The third one is holistic development. So when stress is laid on all-round development, then we are promoting critical skills, we are promoting social skills, we are also giving them life skills. So obviously the student will not be channelized towards one direction, which is academics. they will play a better role as responsible citizens because they would be having a holistic development. It would be an all-round development of their personality, and that's what we are looking at, right? So the focus on all-round development of students will help bring a change in their overall personality and not just academic performance, which is the real goal of education, and that should be it. Next one. Benefits. Again, it's the repetition of in a different way. Improve quality of education. Obviously, the new policy aims to improve the quality of education by giving importance to multiple intelligences and promoting creativity. Okay? Critical thinking, creativity, collaboration, communication, all these are intended for students and teachers. Professional development, teachers would not just be teachers, rote teachers, but they will become, kinds of friends, academic friends, or they will try to enhance the learning of a student by their new methodologies. So teacher development programs, which we intend or we are looking at, are going to improve the quality of teaching and help students to learn better. Because here students are being given a better chance to learn by making them do. It's not the teacher who's just giving a lecture, it's the children who are trying to collaborate and learn. So it's not a one-way process, it's become a double lane traffic. Career development is the third benefit. More focus, which is being given to skill development. It's going to help prepare students for the job market and improve employability. So students can make their own choices, they can take up their own subjects, and then they can decide what and how they want to do in their life as they grow up. So this is going to bring a lot of careers into the market. As it is today, like earlier, say about 30 years ago, it was just medicine and engineering which were aimed at by most of the students. A few went in for civil services and banking and other such jobs, but mostly people wanted to become engineers. But today, the canvas is so large that you can't imagine how many new jobs have come into the market. Even if you want to become an event manager, you can go for photography, you can become a media person. I mean, you name it, and there are lots and lots and lots of vocations which are waiting for students to come up, and accordingly, our students can make their choice. So this was a little brief on the new education policy. If I go into detail, it's going to take a long, long time. So I'd like to conclude over here. The new education policy of India brings with it a hope, and it hopes to change, which can positively impact the education system. So there is hope and for changes which will positively impact the education system. Its successful implementation, however, requires a collaborative effort between the government, private institutions, and the community at large. So, addressing the challenges and implementing recommendations can help achieve equitable and quality education for all students. So, basically, what do we need is the understanding of the policy, its successful implementation and collaboration amongst all the agencies which have to bring about the policy into action. So this is my concluding statement that collaboration between the authorities and whatever channels are there for the successful implementation of the policy, they have to come together to see that it is implemented in the best possible manner. It's already started, and we are hoping to have good results. So thank you, viewers, for watching Eloquent English Enterprise, and I'll be back with something more fruitful, most probably the National Curriculum Framework. That is another important thing which teachers are looking at. But before I end, I would like to just mention I should say, a couple of words which sound similar, but they are different because I haven't done it for a long, long time. So compliment and compliment. Compliment is a kind of praise that it's a verbal praise that give to somebody. Like you're looking nice, you've done a wonderful job. So this is a compliment. And compliment with an E is like two things which support each other. If, for example, a bottle is complemented by the lid, right? I'm giving a very, basic kind of an example. Or ink and pen. So the ink complements the pen. Without ink, the pen will not work. So that is, those two are complementary to each other. And complement is when I praise somebody. So that's all for today. And I hope to see you all again in the next video, which will in all probability be on the national curricular framework. Till then, Godspeed. Have a nice Sunday tomorrow. So signing off from today's video. Good night, everyone. Bye-bye. Take care.